here are 5 programs that you can complete if you decide to drop out of CA, either at the foundation level, inter CA level or final CA level. The first course is ACCA. So ACCA is, as many of you all know, global CA. When it comes to the course, CA, Indian CA and ACCA are very similar in terms of the curriculum, in terms of the output. If you're a CA and I'm an ACCA, we technically will have almost the same kind of knowledge, the same kind of understanding of the field of F&A, Finance and Accounts. The advantage of doing ACCA for you guys who've dropped out of CA is, number one, no matter what level, if you've completed inter CA, you've dropped out of inter CA or with final, you will get exemptions in ACCA. You don't have to start ACCA from zero. So for example, somebody who's completed inter CA will get 5 exemptions, and along with BCom 6 exemptions out of 13 papers in ACCA. So you literally get exempted from almost half of the qualification. Similarly, if you've dropped out of final CA, there's a chance that based on your marks in final CA, you might get 9 out of 13 papers in ACCA exempted. So this is a huge benefit for you to know that, okay, fine, I might not have completed CA, but I'll be able to complete ACCA in just a few months, maybe a year or so, and you'll have the same value, the same expectation from the market in India. Another major advantage of ACCA is the fact that if you've completed or started your articleship in CA, it counts towards the work experience of ACCA. Now, the disadvantage of completing ACCA is that, or of picking up ACCA, is that if you decided to start CA with the intention of wanting to practice in India, then ACCA or no other qualification for that matter can give you that. So as long as you want to climb up the corporate ladder in India, or you want to keep your future opportunities to move overseas open, ACCA is the best alternative. Option number 2 is you can pick up CFA if your interest from when you were at least trying to attempt CA was in the field of finance. So if you liked financial management specifically, then maybe CFA is the way for you. If you're already interested from day one into the markets, right? In stock markets, you're interested in investments, you're interested in the best way to make decisions which will generate the highest return for an amount of money that you might have. If you can learn these skills, not only can you develop this small interest into a massive career, or you can even start individual businesses by going to you can start with friends and then eventually work your way up to individual customers who will give you savings and you will invest in the market on their behalf and generate higher returns. Or you can work for huge companies which will you'll have the same work over there, but they'll have an entire different career trajectory for you. So CFA is option number 2. Also, CFA, at least level 1, has a lot of accounts and a lot of subjects like corporate finance which overlap with that of any level of CA. So once again, you have an advantage when it comes to knowledge base being overlapping. Option number 3, US CPA. One of the most popular courses in the last few years, which has specifically exploded in popularity in India, is because earlier, pre-pandemic, to appear for CPA, we had to either travel to US or maybe even Dubai. But since the pandemic, they've started installing exam centers here in India, which has in turn increased the demand for CPA. Major advantage for people who are dropping out of CA is you can complete CPA in a year or even lesser. So those guys who are stuck in the field of CA for a long time, this is the fastest way to come out of it. There are also a lot of companies in India, besides the Big Four, besides the Grant Thorntons and BDs of the world, there are a lot of companies like Apple and Amazon which are US entities which have their finance and accounting bases in India. So they need people who understand US accounting standards, or what we call US GAAP, US compliances, tax, laws, which is all taught by CPA to help companies like Apple and Amazon also consolidate their financial statements. So CPA has even more demand here in India now. Lastly, at the end of the day, you are a chartered accountant, whether you want to work in India in the corporate world, or you want to go to the US, you want to go to Canada and you want to set up yourself as a CPA in that country, all these doors are open to you. That's why CPA becomes very powerful. And also in India, CPAs are again hired at a similar package, similar level as that of CAs. So once again, there is no compromise when it comes to your career. Course number 4, US CMA. Now CMA is the US equivalent to what we used to have, what we do have in India, called cost accountants. 20 years ago, it was CA CS and cost accountants, all three Indian courses which were very popular. Of course, CS and cost accounting still have a lot of popularity, but CA is number one, and now there are alternatives to that of the Indian cost accounting qualification, which is the US CMA. Now, US CMA is Certified Management Accounting. Basically, you get into the costing world, the performance management world, and once again, there is a rise of demand in India in massive multinational companies as well as overseas opportunities. So when you're studying CA, if you like the subjects of costing, you like for example, personally, I like taking understanding how businesses actually function from the view of finance and accounts more than the reporting that they have to do externally. So if you are, you like making pricing decisions, you like making budgeting decisions, you like understanding that, okay, this was the plan for the company, but it's going in this direction. From the finance perspective, why did the plan change and how can we go back into the original track? If you like analysis, you like all of these aspects, CMA is a beautiful course for you. And the advantage of CMA is that you can complete it in less than 6 to 9 months if you wish to. As a chartered, you're already eligible, and it's one of the relatively easier courses compared to a CA or even a CPA, ACCA, CFA. Course number 5, Diploma in IFRS. Now, this is actually a subset of the ACCA qualification, which is a single paper, 6 months completed, and you become an IFRS expert. The reason why this is a popular course, especially a lot of CAs do it, CA dropouts or CAs do it, is because they want to get into the field of accounting advisory, or IFRS compliance. It's as good as what we call Ind AS, which is the new Indian accounting standard. So whether you do IFRS or you do Ind AS, your knowledge is 95% going to be the same. And Diploma and IFRS candidates are considered as experts in this field. Now, while it's a global qualification, a couple of years ago, India was the highest country, it was the country of highest takers for IFRS because of the demand that IFRS has. Now, of course, IFRS is covered in the CA curriculum, but obviously, if you've not completed CA and you still want to enter into this field, Diploma in IFRS is the fastest because you can complete it in less than 6 months, give the exam, one paper, move ahead, and that's how you get done with your alternative to CA. So I hope that these options are either some of them have helped you at least earn some validation whether it's the right program for you or not, or you have now more research to do to realize if your decision to probably drop out of CA would be worth it or not. If you found any use from this video, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.